Okay, I'll read the question once again. The first question is, what are our nails made mostly of? Alpha keratin, biotin, actin, beta keratin. Okay, most of you are saying beta keratin. So the correct answer is alpha keratin, not beta keratin. We'll see how. The explanation is we everyone knows the layers of the skin, and we know that epidermis is the thin outermost layer of our skin, right? And in this epidermis layer, which is the outermost layer of the skin, which we can actually touch and see, which is exposed to the environment, in it there are multiple layers of developing keratinocytes, which contain in them this protein called keratin. Okay, and the this protein can be broadly divided into two, that is alpha keratin and beta keratin. The name is given on the basis of their structure. Alpha keratin has a structure of an alpha helix and beta keratin has a structure of a beta sheet. And alpha keratin is the protein which is found mainly in mammals, whereas beta keratin is a structural protein that mainly occurs in the epidermis of reptiles. I'm repeating again, alpha keratin is the protein found in mammals and beta keratin is the protein found in the epidermis of reptiles. And where do we found alpha keratin? We find alpha keratin in hairs, horns, nails and the epidermal layer of our skin. Whereas in case of reptiles, beta keratin is present in the reptile skin in the epidermal stratum, corneum of their skin, that is stacked in the beta pleated sheets, which is the structural character of beta keratin. And if we talk about function, alpha keratin in mammals provides structural stability, whereas the beta keratin in reptiles provides rigidity to their skin, waterproofing and prevention of desiccation in reptiles. Okay, so the protein that is found in human beings or mammals, you can say, that is alpha keratin, and our question was which keratin is found in our nails. So in nails, hair, horns, we have alpha keratin, not beta keratin. Did everyone get the answer? That's why I'm telling that you should attend the lectures so that you can give the right answers, right? I'll move on to the next question. Sebaceous gland is a dash that opens in a hair follicle to secrete. Option A, exocrine gland serum. Option B, exocrine gland sebum. Option C, endocrine gland serum. And option D, endocrine gland sebum. So the first dash should be exocrine gland or endocrine gland, and the second dash should be serum or sebum. Please think and choose wisely and try to answer correctly. Sebaceous gland is a dash that opens in a hair follicle to secrete dash. Okay, we are writing option B, exocrine gland sebum. Okay, is it the right answer? Some are writing endocrine gland sebum. Okay, so is it exocrine or endocrine? So, I want everyone to write in the chat box. Please actively participate in this session. It's okay if you don't know the correct answer. Guess it. But I will request that you please attend the lectures and then come again next Tuesday. So you'll be able to answer the questions correctly. Right? These questions are all from the lectures, nothing is from outside. Whatever is taught in the lectures, from that only the questions are given. Even the present year assignment questions will be from the lectures, so it is very important to attend the lectures. Okay, I'll move on to the answer. So, the correct answer is exocrine gland sebum. Option B, and most of you have answered it correctly. Good, very good. So, what is the correct explanation to it? So, first of all, I want to know what is the difference between endocrine and exocrine glands, right? What is the main difference between an endocrine and exocrine gland? It is a very basic question. Please write down in the chat box. Whoever knows the answer. What is the difference between an exocrine and endocrine gland? Yeah, endocrine is a ductless gland. Quick, quick. I want the answers quickly. Yeah, presence of ducts. Many of them are writing, but what happens due to the presence of ducts? What is the main difference in their function? Exocrine gland secretes enzymes. Endocrine gland secretes the secretion directly into blood. Presence of ducts, the hormones are reached directly target organs. And this exocrine cannot see the screen. Okay. Is anyone having problem in seeing the screen? I'm repeating the question again. Sebaceous gland is a dash that opens in a hair follicle to secrete dash. So the correct answer is sebaceous gland is a exocrine gland that opens in a hair follicle to secrete sebum. Right? So first of all we'll discuss what is the difference between the exocrine gland and endocrine gland, and most of you have said it correctly. The difference is that endocrine glands secrete hormones directly into the blood, whereas exocrine glands secrete chemicals. They do not secrete hormones, right? Exocrine glands secrete chemicals like sebaceous gland secretes sebum, like into the skin surface, not to the blood. Endocrine glands secrete the hormones into the blood directly, whereas exocrine gland have chemical secretions, right? So, this is the structure of our skin. This is the skin surface, and as you can see here, this is the hair follicle, hair and the follicle beneath our skin, and we can see here the sebaceous gland which secrete the sebum, right? Whenever the hair follicles open up, right? If you want to see in detail the structure of sebum, here we can see the structure of sebaceous gland which have sebum in them, which release sebum when the hair follicles open up, right? So the normal function of sebaceous gland is to produce and secrete sebum. And what is sebum? Sebum is a group of complex oils including triglycerides and fatty acids which break down products, wax, esters, etc. And sebum lubricates our skin to protect against friction and makes it more impervious to moisture. Impervious means permeable to moisture. The more our skin is lubricated by sebum, the more our skin remains moisturized, right? So the correct answer is sebaceous gland is a exocrine gland. I have told you the difference between an exocrine gland and endocrine gland. Whoever were getting confused, that opens in a hair follicle to secrete sebum. Sebum is the group of complex oils present in them and they secrete this oil, right? We'll move on to the next question. This is a very simple question. Calcitriol is an active form of vitamin A, vitamin B, calcium, vitamin D. I'll repeat the question again. Calcitriol is an active form of vitamin A, vitamin B, calcium, and vitamin D. Okay. Vitamin D. Is it the right answer? Most of you writing vitamin D. Okay. Most of them are giving the right answer. The correct answer is vitamin D. Good, good. Everyone who has given the correct answer, good. So, what is like the vitamins? We can see the vitamins can be divided into two categories, that is water soluble and fat soluble vitamins. So, under the fat soluble vitamins, it is vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, and vitamin E. Whereas water soluble vitamins are vitamin B and vitamin C, right? So, the active form of the vitamins are necessary for their action in our body, right? So, here is a list of the vitamins as well as their active forms which function in our body as well as their function. So, what was our question? Calcitriol, which is also known as 1,2,5-dihydroxycholecalciferol, is the active form of vitamin D. And what is the most important function of vitamin D? It helps in calcium uptake as well as gene expression. Similarly, if we look at the other vitamins, vitamin folic acid, vitamin B12 has an active form of methylcobalamin. Vitamin C has an active form of ascorbic acid. Vitamin B6 have an active form of pyridoxal phosphate. Vitamin B1 has an active form of thiamine pyrophosphate, and similarly it goes on. Vitamin A has retinol, retinal, retinoic acid. Vitamin K has phylloquinone, etc. Vitamin E, tocopherol derivatives. So yeah, I want to inform everyone that you will be getting these PPT slides. So there is nothing to worry. You can again go through these slides for any of your doubts, right? We'll move on to the next question. Which of these is the outermost layer of skin exposed to the environment? Okay, I have already given the answer few minutes back. So if you all have listened to it, you can answer it. Which of these is the outermost layer of the skin exposed to the environment? Epidermis, dermis, reticular layer, hypodermis. Please do not type anything except answers. Okay, most of you are seeing epidermis. I request everyone to actively participate in the discussion. Try to give the answers. Doesn't matter if it is not correct, it's okay. I know many of you have been attending, like this is your first class, it's okay. Just go back after this session and attend the lectures, and you will be clear with your concepts, right? The main motive of this course is that you all get to know about animal physiology and understand the concepts well. And this is a just a class to revise your concepts through questions, right? Because you will be getting assignments to do every week, and this session will help you to understand the questions well, which we'll be getting in this week, and we'll be discussing some extra questions from the previous year assignments, which is not repeated questions from the present year assignment. So you'll be able to revise more thoroughly from more questions. Okay, okay, everyone is giving the correct answer. The correct answer is epidermis. As I have told previously, epidermis is the thinner outermost layer of the skin exposed to the environment. You want to see the diagram? These are the layers of the skin. And the outermost layer of our skin is epidermis, which contains cells that produce pigment and protect our immune system, right? And the layer after the epidermis is called the dermis, as we can see here, and it is the thickest most layer of the skin, and epidermis is the thinnermost layer of the skin. Dermis contains nerve endings, oil and sweat glands, and hair follicles, right? And the last layer of our skin is the subcutaneous tissue, that is mostly made up of fat, connective tissue, and larger blood vessels, right? So I hope everyone is clear with the answer of this question. We'll move on to the next question. Which of these is not a natural pigment? I repeat the question. Which of these is not a natural pigment, right? Not a natural pigment. Your options are keratin, melanin, Prussian blue, anthocyanin. Okay, think and answer wisely. Okay, everyone is writing Prussian blue. You think it's the correct answer? Someone is writing anthocyanin. Okay, 93 students are here. Is everyone writing the answers? Please be active and answer the questions. It will help you. Your screen is not correctly visible. Is now is it visible? I'm repeating the question. Whoever is not able to see the screen properly, I'm not sure what is the issue. Which of these is not a natural pigment? Keratin, melanin, Prussian blue, and anthocyanin. Which of these is not a natural pigment? Keratin, melanin, Prussian blue, and anthocyanin. Right? Okay, most of you have given the answers. I'll now see which is the correct answer. So the correct answer is Prussian blue, right? Prussian blue is just a color. It is not a pigment, not a natural pigment as well. Keratin, melanin, and anthocyanin. All of these three are natural pigments, and we'll see now how. So first of all, beta carotene, right? We in the previous question we discussed about the active forms of vitamins, right? And retinol is the active form of vitamin A, which is formed by the oxidation of beta carotene, which is a natural pigment. And where can we find this beta carotene? It is find we can find beta carotene in carrots, sweet potatoes, squash, and other yellow and orange vegetables, which impart and carotene imparts orange color in these vegetables. Basically, it is a part of the family of chemicals called carotenoids and are found in many of the fruits and vegetables which are orange in color or yellow in color, and in some animal products like egg yolks. And what is the function of beta carotene? Basically, it undergoes oxidation to form two molecules of retinol, which is the active form of which is the active form of vitamin A. And that's why it is said that if you eat more of carrots, it is rich in vitamin A, right? So beta carotene is a natural pigment. Moving on to the next one is melanin. Melanin is also a natural pigment produced by our hairs, eyes, and skin. The more melanin you produce, the more darker is your eyes, hair, and skin. Melanin gives color, right? The more melanin you have, the more amount of melanin you have in your body, the more impact it has on its color in your eyes, hair, and skin. So it is known that the amount of melanin in your body depends on a few different factors, including genetics and how much sun exposure your ancestral population had. Right? So melanin is produced by the cells known as melanocytes. These melanocytes have melanin granules in them which secrete melanin pigment and impart color to our hair, eye, and skin. So if you have more melanin, your hair is more black, your skin is also more black if you produce more amount of melanin in your body. So melanin is also a natural pigment. Moving on to the next one, anthocyanin is also a natural pigment. Okay, so anthocyanins are water soluble pigments that not only give certain plants their color, like we can see here, carrots, berries, right, beetroots, they have anthocyanin in them, but also protect the plants against extreme temperatures. So fruits, vegetables, beans, grains that are black or purple or deep red in color are rich in anthocyanins, right? So anthocyanin, carotene, and melanin, all of them are natural pigments, whereas Prussian blue is just a color, it is not a natural pigment. Moving on to the next question. In skin, collagen fibers provide dash and elastin fibers provide dash. So the question is, in skin, collagen fibers provide dash and elastin fibers provide dash. Shape or shape, shape or elasticity, elasticity and shape, elasticity and elasticity. So does collagen fibers and elastin fibers both provide shape, or either of them provide shape or elasticity, or both of them provide elasticity? Shape and elasticity. Okay, most of you are giving the answer option B. Okay, we only have 15 minutes left, so I'll just quick up with the questions. Okay, as most of you are giving the correct answer is shape and elasticity. We'll know how. So, as you can see here, these are the three components found in the extracellular matrix of our skin, that is collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. And with aging, right, the 35, 45, 55, these are the age numbers. With aging, these components decrease. As you can see here, at the age of 35, collagen is more in our body, And as we age, collagen, we can see here these blue spirals, collagens decrease with aging in our body. And same uh, blue spirals are elastins and pink ones are collagen. Collagen decreases as well as elastin decreases, as well as hyaluronic acid also decreases, and these provide give impact on our aging and how we look, right? With decrease in collagen, we start looking more aged. So if we see the difference between collagen, what is collagen? Collagen is the main structural protein found in the skin and the connective tissue, whereas elastin is also a major structural protein found in the connective tissue and elastic structures. Collagen is the third abundant protein in the body, whereas elastin is less abundantly found in our body. Collagen is white color protein and elastin is a yellow color protein, and collagen is mainly found in the connective tissues, skin, blood vessels, corneas, muscles, and bones, whereas elastin is mainly found in blood vessels and skin. So, as the question said, collagen gives shape to our skin, right? Because it gives strength to the structures, and elastin, as the name says, gives elasticity to our skin, makes the structures elastic. And collagen is produced throughout the life until aging begins. With aging, collagen decreases in our body. And elastin is mainly produced in the fetal stage and it is no longer produced after puberty, right? Elastin is not produced throughout our life like collagen. After puberty, its production stops. And deficiencies in collagen can lead to several syndromes like listed here, and the same goes for elastin, right? You can go through the slides. We'll move on to the next question. What is the what of the following is majorly present in bone in modified forms? Which of the following is present in bone in modified forms? Calcium carbonate, calcium oxalate, hydrogen peroxide, or hydroxyapatite? I repeat the question again. Which of the following is majorly present in bone in modified forms? Calcium carbonate, calcium oxalate, hydrogen peroxide, or hydroxyapatite? Please start giving the answers. Uh, Whoever is writing that they are not able to see the screen properly, but I am not sure if it is happening with all the students. Please just leave the meeting and join again. Maybe you will be able to see it correctly. Because I'm not sure if there is any problem in network from my side, right? Okay, most of you are writing calcium carbonate. You sure it is the correct answer? 91 students are here. I'm not sure everyone is giving the answers, right? Try to write in the chat box. Try to guess even if you have not attended the lectures. You'll remember the answers you have given and you'll be able to go back and see why it was wrong through your lectures, right? So, most of you are unfortunately giving the wrong answer. The correct answer is hydroxyapatite, right? The correct answer is hydroxyapatite is majorly present in bone in modified forms. Calcium carbonate is present in bone, but it is not formed in a modified form, right? Question is written modified forms. So the correct explanation to the answer is up to 50% by volume and 70% by weight of human bone is a modified form of hydroxyapatite. Hydroxyapatite is a bone mineral, right? You can see here the whole structure of the bone in detail. This is the whole bone which has osteocytes in it as well as is a trabecular network, and the units of the trabecular network is called a single trabeculae. Similarly goes for the osteons and the osteocytes present in them. And obviously collagen fibrils are present in bones like we discussed before, and these crystals like bone mineral crystals, hydroxyapatite crystals are present in the gaps between the collagen fibrils, and these are present in different modified forms in different throughout our body, right? Calcium carbonate doesn't have any modified form. It is present universally throughout our bones in the body, whereas hydroxyapatite are minerals which are present in modified forms in our body, right? We'll move on to the next question. Matrix of cartilage is mostly made up of. Matrix of cartilage is mostly made up of heparin sulfate proteoglycan, polysaccharide of chondroitin sulfate, hyaluron, heparin. Start giving the answers. Matrix of cartilage is mostly made up of heparin sulfate proteoglycan, polysaccharide of chondroitin sulfate, hyaluron, heparin. Okay, I can see most of your writing B. I as well want you all to keep a note of how many correct answers you are giving and how many wrong answers you are giving, and calculate at last and see how many marks you are getting out of 10. It will help you keep a track of your knowledge, right? Okay, I'm getting mixed answers. Heparin sulfate proteoglycan, polysaccharide of chondroitin sulfate. Which is the right answer? So the correct answer is polysaccharide of chondroitin sulfate, and whoever have given the correct answers, good, very good. So what is the possible explanation to it? You can see the structure of cartilage here. So first of all, what is cartilage? Cartilage is a tough and flexible form of connective tissue found in our extracellular matrix, and extracellular matrix have two components highly present in them, that are the glucosaminoglycans, which are called known as GAGs, and proteoglycans, which interact with the collagen and elastin fibers in them. We've already discussed previously, collagen, elastin are parts of extracellular matrix of our body, right? So the components of cartilage are written here. So the components of cartilage can be broadly divided into two things, that is the cellular component and the extracellular matrix. So cellular component have chondrocytes in them, right? Chondrocytes are the cartilage cells and chondroblast, whereas the extracellular matrix has fibers, which I have been repeatedly telling throughout the session, are collagen and elastin fibers. Whereas the ground substances, you can see the structure here, right? The backbone has the proteoglycans, and if you see the structure of the proteoglycan in detail, you can see the backbone is made up of chondroitin sulfate, right? You can see the line here, you can see this big line here. The proteoglycans are mainly, the most percentage of proteoglycan is of chondroitin sulfate, and as the question was, the matrix of the cartilage is mostly made up of polysaccharide of chondroitin sulfate, and as well as it also has hyaluronic acid in it, we can see here, and collagen and link and core proteins, right? We'll move on to the next question. MSC stands for MSC stands for mesenchymal stem cells, mass structure cells, mass structure contact, muscular skeletal complex. Start giving the answers. MSC stands for. It is a very simple question. Even if I have not attended the lectures, I think everyone can answer this correctly, right? Okay, everyone is giving the answers, I can see. I will not waste much time. It is a very simple question, and your correct answer is mesenchymal stem cells. MSC stand for mesenchymal stem cells. So you can see the differentiation of stem cells here. right? Stem cells can be differentiated into totipotent cells, pluripotent cells, multipotent cells, and specialized cells. This depends upon the potency of the stem cells. Stem cells are mainly undifferentiated cells which are present throughout the body and give rise to our cells of the body. And the totipotent cells are the example of the totipotent cells are zygote. Zygote can give rise to all the differentiated cells of our body. Next comes the pluripotent cells. Pluripotent cells are the embryonic stem cells which can give rise to all the differentiated cells of the three germ layers. What are the three germ layers? Endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. Next comes the multipotent cells which can give rise to all the discrete cell types, that is the major cell types, and under these comes the adult stem cells. Adult stem cells can be hematopoietic stem cells and mesenchymal stem cells, which was in the question. So mesenchymal stem cells are multipotent in nature and they can give rise to many of the major cells which are the muscle cells, nerve cells, liver cells, whereas hematopoietic stem cells mainly give rise to blood cells and immune cells. And the last one is the specialized cells, which can give rise to very few differentiated cell types in our body, right? Moving on to the last question, we are at our last question of the session. Growth of new blood vessels is called. Growth of new blood vessels is called vessel, angiogenesis, gene, and formation. Growth of blood vessels is new blood vessels is called vessel, angiogenesis, gene, formation. This is again a very simple question. Even you can answer this with your common sense, even if you don't have the knowledge, right? Growth of new blood vessels is called. If anyone is giving wrong answer to this question, you really need to go back and listen to the lectures. It's a very simple question, right? So the correct answer is angiogenesis. Some of have given the answer vessel. How can it be vessel, right? Angiogenesis is the process of formation of new blood vessels. Maybe it is a new term to many of them. If they have not given the correct answer, please go back and listen to the lectures. You will be able to know it. So, as you can see here, this is the process of formation of blood vessels in our body. And you can see as the blood vessels forms, this is called as angiogenesis. So, this process involves a few steps like migration, growth and differentiation of the endothelial cells which line the inside wall of our blood vessels. And the process of angiogenesis is mainly controlled by chemical signals in our body. So the main function of angiogenesis is the delivery of oxygen and nutrients throughout our body tissues, right? The formation of new blood vessels lead to delivery of oxygen and nutrients throughout our body. It is a very vital process required for growth and development as well as healing of our wounds, right? So with this, we are at the end of our discussion and we'll meet again next Tuesday. And I request all of you to please, uh, yeah, question number 9. Yeah, is there what you want to know? I'm repeating again. Please attend the lectures and come in the next Tuesday class. We'll be discussing assignment questions of our next week. The lectures of the next week, like third week, are already available in the portal. You can go and listen to the lectures. And yes, there is also a discussion forum in the NPTEL portal. If you have any doubts regarding this discussion, please type your queries there in the discussion forum. I'll be checking the discussion forum, and if you have any of the doubts in this uh, discussion session, we'll I'll answer to your queries there, right? So, and again, I'll request all of you to please be on time so that we can discuss some extra questions out of these 6 questions, right? Out of these 10 questions, we can discuss some more extra questions if we have time, but we don't have time right now. So, if you all join within 10 minutes of the starting of the session, we'll be able to discuss some extra question. I would love to discuss some extra questions and clear your doubts, but because of time, we are unable to do it, right? Can we join more than 3 courses? Yeah, I think you can join. I'm not sure. We need to talk with the NPTEL team. Okay, we'll disperse now. Thank you, all of you. We'll meet again next Tuesday. Keep learning.